This is the second video in the series, My Journey into Medical School. And in this series, I'm sharing my story, my journey right from secondary school, the process in between the secondary school and actually getting admission to actually study medicine and surgery in UI. So if you have not watched the first video, I would advise that you actually do so before you actually continue watching this video. In this video, I'll be sharing my second year of actually seeking admission into Nigerian University. My name is Pelumi, also known as Kenst, a second year medical student of University of Ibadan. I post educational content, self-development content I believe that will help you with your study and personal life as a student. So if you are for that, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll be updated every single time I post new content. So this video will be in two parts. The first will be where I share the story. The second will be the lesson from the story. So if you don't want to listen to the entire story, you can just skip towards the end of the video where you actually get the lesson from. But if you have extra time, you can just watch the entire video. It won't be long. So after writing post-UTME that year, 2015, and I got low score, my mom's friend advised me to enroll for Cambridge A-levels. We went there, we enrolled. They gave us, I did a test initially, and I got very low, but then it was understandable because I was just starting. So I started going for the classes. Now there's a particular, so we were actually be doing 3 subjects. You have physics, chemistry, and biology. One of the best teachers I actually had, the teacher that actually changed my life. That I'm a tutor now. The reason I'm a tutor is because of that tutor, or because of that particular teacher. It was our chemistry teacher, Miss Sister Shewa. So when I started, we did the first test. After the one I took away before I actually entered, we did the first test. I got very low. Thank God I was not the only one that got very low, because there were others of us that we joined late. So I got very low, but it was still understandable. We were just starting. But then that does not stop by our biology teacher. Then there was a particular biology teacher, female, that was always saying that, hey, me, I don't talk in class. I don't answer questions. Can you come? So the way she was doing it, that had more push me that, let me just, because at that point I was reading, but then when you just start something, you are still more trying to figure it out. So I was not really answering questions a lot, and apart from that, I was not really doing it. I was actually quite shy too. So I don't talk in class. I was just looking. Even though I will not talk. Now it's those ones that I don't know that should not call me. Now while studying and all, I started to realize that okay, I won't be able to read during the day because we are always going to the class, for classes in the morning, and then the only time I can actually read is probably at night. So I decided to, when I got home, I told my mom, I will no longer be going to church constantly before. That I'll probably be going probably during just sometimes, probably towards the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. So I said okay, when I get home is that I eat, after eating, sleep, wake up around 12, and then read till morning over and over again. At that point, I think I was just okay. I think I was sleeping for 8 hours, because I think that was complete 8 hours. So I was doing that over and over again. And initially, when I started studying that way, I didn't really see results because they've covered a lot before I actually joined them. So I had to it took time before I actually was able to catch up. So I was doing this over and over again, and it was not just that. I had a friend too that we were both motivating each other to, when he reads, he tell me, oh, you read, and so time we'll be chatting each other. We always chat sometimes, we just send me a message, sleep, all the kind of things, just to keep to ensure that okay, both of us are reading. There was a test that we now did after I think the second test, then I now go very high. That was why I actually realized okay, this thing that I've been doing actually it's actually starting to pay off. And then I got the highest in biology. So the biology tutor, the teacher that was always yapping me in class that you don't talk, you don't know anything, all these things, she now stopped talking. She said, so you know this thing. She stopped disturbing me. She now focused on another guy that was in the class. Now you will not talk, you will not be quiet. Then the chemistry program, I decided to pick UTME form again for that year. So I did, and during my preparation for that UTME, all I was doing was just solving past questions, checking the answers at the back. I didn't learn from the previous year's UTME. I was solving questions, checking the answers at the back. And then when I saw my score, I got 215 or 214, which was very low. And I was like, why did I get this low? And I'm doing A levels, so I should be actually good, but then It was later on, like now, I realized my mistake. I realized what I did wrong. So I decided to just focus on the Cambridge levels. But then there came a time that I couldn't like complete the fee for the Cambridge level program. So I was asked to like stay back at home. So I just said, okay, let me just focus on this UTME. For the UTME, I just say, okay, I'll just focus on the post-UTME because I chose UI and UI like they always make use of your post-UTME score. So I decided to just sit back and then just read aggressively, make use of what I've learned during the Cambridge level. Because during the Cambridge level, I realized a lot about myself, what best time I study, or this other stuff. So I decided to just sit at home and then spend a lot of time to actually study. But then it was that year that Mr. Adam, it was that year that the post-UTME was cancelled. So when post-UTME was cancelled, they are using a level, and my old level was not that strong. So I just thought, okay, that year's admission is like off. So that's all for my second year of actually seeking admission into Nigerian University. Now to the lessons from this particular admission year. Number one, the first step is actually doing very well academically is to know more about yourself. What time do you assimilate better? Is it during the day? Is it during the night? Or is it at night? Which subjects or course do you like studying? Like you just love studying regardless of the time. You can pick it up at any time to actually study. Now, knowing more about yourself will save you time from actually like for some people now that they assimilate better at night. Anytime you're trying to like read during the day, it's more like a struggle. And then you tend to spend more time actually doing the studying. So it's better for you to just, if you know that okay, it's just 3 hours you'll be able to use to study at night, that will be very effective. Then you just focus on that. And then for the subject that you actually love, so if you realize okay, this is the subject that I actually love, then you know okay, this or that subject that I don't like, why don't I like them? Is there anything I can change about them so that I will actually love them? So knowing more about yourself will actually help you to actually like do very well, not just in academics alone, every area of your life. Second lesson is sometimes before you actually hit a milestone, before you actually do very well, before you actually succeed, there will be more like a fall. I think it's just the law of things. Like there will be a fall before you actually attain that height. Now, there's a mistake most people always tend to make is if you are doing something and then you fail, it does not mean that you automatically succeed. Now, because sometimes you might be doing the wrong thing, yeah, and then you might fail. If you do that wrong thing again, you still fail. The same way I did in 2015. I was solving past questions and then checking the answers at the back. I was not studying those past questions. I was just doing the past questions. I was not studying them. So if you are doing the wrong thing and you fail, and you're doing the wrong thing again, you obviously fail. So I think what this particular statement of sometimes before you actually achieve a greater height, you fail, is only applicable to when you are doing the right thing. And let me just extract it from the story that I shared, that when I made the decision of actually studying personally myself at home, I was not seeing results because when they asked me questions in class, I was still able to answer some of the questions. It was later on, like it's more like compound effect. I could have just stopped studying and said, okay, this thing is not working, and then I could have just started doing something else. But then I like persevered all through. So you should expect, so why you're doing the right thing, even when you're not doing the right thing, you're still, but then why you're doing the right thing, you believe that it's the right thing, and you know that this is what most people that are doing very well are doing. I think it's just expect failure initially, and then later on it will compound into something good. The third lesson is that to be good at anything at all, you have to be intentional about it. I think this intentionality is really not emphasized enough. Like it was until I actually had the intention of actually, okay, I need to actually read, I need to actually study very well. Every hindrances in my way, I actually had to like remove them. That's because I had the intention of, okay, I want to do this thing and I must do it. Now if you don't have that intentionality, so far one obstacle comes or one or two, you just backslide, you won't like keep pushing. So be intentional about studying for probably like 6 hours every day, 3 hours every day, whatever suits you. Just be intentional about it. Intentional about doing very well in your exam. Now, one issue most UTME, post-UTME candidates have, and I have seen because I tutor a lot, is most of them they don't have the intention of actually doing very well. Like they just believe, okay, I want to just score, I want to just pass. You should know that, okay, you want to pass, yeah? What are the things that you need to do to pass? Those are the things that you should focus on. Those are the things that you should be intentional about. Don't just focus only on the score that you want to have. Focus more on what will actually get you there. Be intentional about the process of actually studying so I'll be able to get the right results. Now, the fourth is that the paths you take actually matters. Now, in some areas of life, the path that you actually take does not matter so far you are getting to the end goal. But then, if the paths, let's say you are trying to go to I don't know. Let's say you're trying to go somewhere now. Or you're trying to go to the kitchen in your house, and then you decide to like you are not going to your bedroom. Like instead of going towards the direction that would drive you to the kitchen, you're not taking the road that would actually take you to the bedroom. Now you're going to arrive at a different destination. So the path that actually takes some time matters. Now let me just paint this scenario. During that 2015 UTME, I was doing the same thing. I was solving past questions and then checking the answers at the back. In 2016 also, I was solving past questions, checking the answers at the back of the series. Both gave me the same results. One was better, but then they both gave me the same result of low UTME score. So the path that you're actually taking matters. So before you actually do anything, check, okay, this thing am I doing? Is it right? In the long run, will it give a very good result? Is there anything I'm missing? Which is one of the reasons why it's very important for you to actually talk to your seniors, talk to people that are ahead of you, people that have done it before, so you're able to know, okay, this is the thing I'm doing right, these are the things I'm doing wrong, how do I change it and all. And then lastly, there are some things that are beyond our control. The fact that they are beyond your control does not mean that it should actually stop you from doing the best that you can. Focus on what you can control. The outcome of your results, once you see your results, you can't change your results, like your post-UTME result or your UTME result. You can't change it at all. But what can you do? What is within your control that you can do is what? Study very well before the exam. When you focus on that particular stuff that you can change, the results will take care of themselves. So don't focus on things that are beyond your control, like, after you've seen your UTME, don't wait till that time. Start doing stuff now that will actually help you to actually attain the particular goal, which are the things that are within your control, like studying before the exam. The moment you enter your exam hall, everything is beyond your control. But then before you actually enter the exam hall, focus on that. What do you do before you actually enter the exam hall? The preparation you actually need to do before you actually enter the exam hall to do very well. So that's all for this. So if you like this video, kindly hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, please kindly subscribe. And if you find this very helpful, or you know any other person that will find it very helpful, kindly share with your friends, and then see you guys in my next video.